Good Monday morning to you. Okay, yeah.
Wait, what day is it?
Right off the bat.
It is a Monday. Good morning.
Monday morning to you.
Okay. Thanks for joining us. We're so glad you did. And
we're all excited because the whole gang is back together.
Yes, finally.
She's on a little hiatus there.
Yeah, we're excited that Allie's back with us.
She did. She had a great vacation.
She did. We're also excited that the Patriots lost yesterday. Yes.
You are excited. I am one of those memes that was crying on my couch.
Are you really?
Hey,
Yes,
all
yes,
good
yes.
things do have to come to an end.
Sorry for you.
There's always next year.
All right. Well, you know, everybody's made resolutions,
Yes.
which means they're trying to change habits or do
Yes,
things
yes.
differently. And so that's kind of the topic of the day around here, too, is changing habits.
Yes, it's interesting, too, because Forbes came out with an interesting article saying that by popular wisdom, it says it takes 21 days. However, studies show that it actually takes 66 days to change a habit to make it automatic. And I think that automatic part is the key word.
So just dry January,
Yes.
because this is dry January as well. That's a thing that's come
Yes.
along, and people are trying to change habits.
Yes, that tends to be the focus, at least that's what I see on Facebook.
But it's going to take more than just January to get that
More
done.
than just January. And thinking about the little things, you know, and even Psychology Today, number one, identifying the habits you want to change. You know, look at what you are getting out of it. You know, honor your own wisdom, choose something to replace the unhealthy habits. So going back to day to day, if you want to, you know, incorporate something healthy in your life, like, hey, I want to walk 15 minutes a day. Start small and maybe sleep in your gym clothes.
And kind of visualize yourself actually doing that. See yourself doing it.
Sleep in your gym clothes?
Sleep, yeah. So how do you change your physical space in your environment? You know, what can you do? So if you want to wake up in the morning and run, sleep in your gym clothes.
The piece I like, too, is take baby steps.
Yes.
Because everybody wants to go from A
that
to
is
Z,
Yeah.
and maybe it's just A to B
Yeah.
to get going.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen overnight, but yes, changing habits is definitely something to think about after the holidays. But before the holidays, we were able to take a trip out to the historic town of Ripley, Ohio. It's a riverfront community that has several houses on the National Register of Historic Places, including the Thomas Collins House. Join us as we take you on a tour.
Welcome to the Collins House. We're here in Ripley, Ohio, one of his historic houses right on the riverbank. My husband and I, Jerry, have owned this house for about 35 years now. We'd gone through old houses before, and we were kind of disappointed with what some people had done with them in restoring them. And so when we came across this one, and it had simply been gutted and was ready to be worked on, it really caught our fancy because we felt like we could work on it and try to restore it to the time period that it should have been. We've had 35 years of playing with this house, and the exciting part was that I got to go to auctions and furnish it then. The town is a very small river town, but there's lots of history because of being on the Ohio River, which was the opening to this part of the country. And so there was a lot of history here, and over the years we've found out about all the people that were involved as the abolitionists, and the house that we bought has the plaque on the front that tells you that the person that lived in this side of the house at one point was Thomas Collins, and he was part of the abolitionist cause. This side of the house, as I mentioned, belonged to Thomas Collins, and it would have been divided in at least 2 rooms, and they said he used part of this for his showroom, for his cabinets and things that he made. As you walk through the house here, this opening had been bricked in when the house was divided on 2 sides for 2 brothers, and this doorway was later opened up then so you could go from side to side. We chose to try to redo the house and decorate it and furnish it in more or less the furnishings that would be appropriate to the mid-1800s. So that's kind of been our goal in furnishing the whole house and decorating it. In early days, the doorways in the upstairs would not have had a hallway. It would have simply gone through another bedroom. This floor, when we bought it, had oak 4-inch flooring on it across it, which would have been at a later date than 1820. So when we took that flooring off, here was this flooring underneath that had never been shellacked, never been sealed, never been varnished, and there was dirt in the cracks. So we cleaned it all up and sealed it up. So this is the original floor. We do know that in the 1937 flood, the water was up 3/4 the way in the second-story windows. Now, it doesn't flood all the time like it used to in the 1800s and the early years, but in 1997, we did have a flood that we had about 2.5 feet of water on our first floor. Fortunately, at that time, we had just kind of started our renovations, so we didn't have a lot of things we could worry about then. Well, some of the challenges, because my husband and I basically did it all ourselves. At one point, my husband tied himself to the chimney and scraped the metal roof and painted it again the one summer. Since then, we've had the whole roof replaced professionally, though.
And we're going to be showing you more historic houses from Ripley, Ohio later in the week. And to find out more about these, you can also check them out online at ripleyohio.net. Clyde?
It's wintertime, it's cold, you're stuck inside, you're looking for something to do. What's going to keep your hands busy? Well, John Denney is here from Woodcraft with an idea that I think you really might like. John, thank you for joining us. Good to see you.
Nice to see you again.
Indeed. So we're going to burn something today.
We're going to learn to burn.
We're going to learn to burn.
A lot of times you want to learn not to burn, but in this case, we're going to learn to burn.
Now, in point of fact, this is, just to get it on the record, kind of the new thing that's going on at your store, right?
Yeah, actually we have the third Thursday of every month. It's called Learn to Burn, and it's free. It's from 5 to 8. You come into the store, we demonstrate, you try. It doesn't cost you anything.
All right, so let's talk first of all about what we have and what we're going to do.
Well, as you can see here, these are just a couple of kitchen spoons you get at the grocery store, department store, whatever. And I just went ahead and put a couple of pieces of what's supposed to be wheat.
So, right, so there's a design.
Exactly.
And these designs are burned in.
Exactly.
Okay.
And as you can see here, we have the design drawn up already.
Oh boy, I bet I know what that means.
That's
what I'm going to do.
You're going to do it.
So what tools do we use?
We have I brought 2 different burners with us. A very basic, what most people consider, you know, the soldering iron wood burning tool. You know, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, when I was a kid, I got it at Christmas time. Okay. This is just a little bit more, I don't want to say complicated, but goes into a little bit more detail work with this control box.
Yeah, okay. That's pretty intricate.
And then, you know, it comes various pins to do various things.
Okay, all right, so why don't we get to it?
Excellent. We went ahead and drew out the...
Okay.
Now we're going to... This is the tip here.
You're going to trust me with tracing something with something that's hot.
Exactly.
Boy, are you brave.
Oh, I have all the faith in the world in you. Now, when doing this, what you want to do, best thing is not to try to stay fluid when you're doing your burning, which I just did not do.
That's okay, because I'm not going to be fluid either.
And it takes a little bit of practice, but what you're going to do, you go too fast and the lines are very thin. You go too slow and the lines are very thick. And you're going to just go ahead and trace the line, basically.
Okay. Now, I'm a lefty, so here we go.
Now, there you go.
And we're going to trace like that. Oh, this is pretty easy in terms of how it moves.
Oh, it is, very much so.
Whether I can trace or not is a different story.
Now, something to remember, you're only burning in a very minute amount of wood. So let's say you get done, you think, oh, I can do better than that. You can just sand it off, just like and redraw it, just like a wooden Etch-a-Sketch.
And for something like this, how long would it take?
From
beginning to end on a project like this?
Just a couple of minutes per spoon at most. You know, that's drawing it in and burning it in.
Okay, boy, I'm going to need that wooden Etch-a-Sketch.
And just like I always say, woodworking's like math and basketball. The more you do this, the better you get.
Got it. Understood. You know. Now, one more time so folks know, when can they learn to do this at Woodcraft?
The third Thursday of each month, coming up, starting this month. I can't remember what the date is. I'm sorry. But it's the third Thursday of every month from 5 to 8. Come in. We'll have popcorn and coffee and hot tea. It's a good combination. And
something sharp and hot?
Something sharp and hot. And you get your
All right, John Denney, Woodcraft, thank you so much.
Sir.
We appreciate
Wonderful
you for being
seeing you
here, and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you, too.
Absolutely.
Well, did you know that about 1/3 of people who make New Year resolutions break them about a month later? And if you can't quite keep your resolution of eating less junk food, then we have a way for you to indulge without the guilt. And to tell us more about it, I want to welcome Chef Ev from Chef Ev Meals. Thank you,
Yes,
Chef, for being here.
I love the way you put that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's crucial to what you actually put in your body.
Yeah.
Like we were talking earlier before we were on air about the 12 grams of actual real sugar that your body knows how to process versus high fructose corn syrup that it doesn't.
That's right.
So then it just stores it as wasteful fat in your body. So yes, you can have all of the decadence without all of the suffrage.
All right. Tell us a little bit about what you brought.
Okay, so it's real easy to make, something for the kids too. So basically what I got here is a couple bananas, put them in the freezer, let them freeze, then I cut them up into small pieces, and I took butterscotch, love butterscotch, white chocolate's my favorite, chocolate, and then I took some of the Thinsters cookies, and since they're all natural, no high fructose corn syrup in these,
Right.
flawless. Melted this down, 30 seconds in the microwave, stir it up, take the banana, cut it up, and once it's frozen, no, make sure it's frozen.
Right,
We made that mistake in the kitchen today and didn't have it frozen. And then you just drop it down in whatever your sauce is, the butterscotch, the white chocolate, and then you roll it over into the crumbs.
Okay.
Put them right back in the freezer, and they're amazing.
Well, we've got some taste testers
Yes,
who are
yes.
coming in to taste them for
Yes.
us. Help yourself, Allie.
Help yourself.
Right. Thank you. And then tell us a little bit about your background.
Okay.
Really interesting while
So,
they're tasting for.
In 2010, I was hit by a tractor trailer and was crushed. They said I'd never walk again. So in late 30s, I was crushed with that. I'm an emotional eater to begin with, so I got up to 407 pounds.
Oh, wow.
I'm now down to 280, and this year is going to be televised through all of my wonderful networks of my more weight reduction. My goal for the end of this year is 200 pounds.
Yay.
And just being happy with everything that's going on in my life, and when something happens, or like a traumatic event happens, I'm gonna make me one of these.
There you
I'm
go.
gonna have one of these. That's what I'm gonna do.
Awesome.
That's
These
right.
are awesome.
Right?
Oh,
so
yeah.
good.
Amazing. Thank you so
Pardon me
much.
for interrupting.
I am so proud of you.
Thank you,
Doing
thank
this
you.
and then sharing this with everyone
Yes.
else. I'm just going to reach over here and taste a cookie.
Oh,
There you
no,
go.
That's the
I got a
brownie
cookie.
batter. It's so
Oh, thank you very much. Thanks for being here.
I had a
Where can
wonderful
people
time.
get more information about
good. So chefevmeals.com, or you can go on to thinsters.com. Basically find me all over social media everywhere, and find me on Cincy Lifestyle.
Yay.
That's what I'm talking about.
you? That
people.
is the best place
Yes,
to find
it
you.
is. Cincy Lifestyle. You gotta love it.
Absolutely. Chef Ev, thanks for coming
Thank
on. Allie?
And you can find me over here eating this. This is so good. And coming up here on Cincy Lifestyle, it's that time of year again. Time for all of the latest in electronics to be released. We've got a tech expert who is giving us a preview look at all the new gadgets we can expect to see in 2020. Then we talk to a local artist who is making beautiful somethings out of almost nothing. She's the owner of Lynn and Lucille, and she'll show us how some of her pieces are made out of recycled materials. Keep it right here. Oh yeah. Uh-huh. Jose, do you want to try squirrel wing?
Looking into the future of technology, the Consumer Electronics Show, or CES as it's known, provides a glimpse into what high-tech devices consumers will be buying for in the new year. Joining us now from the Hard Rock Hotel in Las Vegas is tech expert and TV correspondent Albert Lawrence to introduce new audio devices. Albert, thank you so much for being here. Everybody gets excited about CES. So can you give us a glimpse at some of the unique innovations you've seen this year?
Yes, absolutely. Good morning, Clyde. Now here at CES, I'm seeing a big trend in being connection. People wanting to create devices that are connected to things that they already own, whether it's things they own in their home or things that they already have in their pockets, like mobile devices. And so that actually brings us right here to the Harman Experience Showcase, because we pulled together a few different products. JBL's been showing me a few different products that all do have to do with connectivity.
So let's talk about some of the exciting stuff you've seen in terms of the news that's coming our way in 2020.
Yeah. Yes. So look, we know that JBL is a provider of fantastic audio quality. They've been creating superior sound for more than 70 years, but this is the very first time that they've created a range of headphones for gamers. This is called the JBL Quantum range. Specifically, if you happen to be a professional gamer, if you happen to be a casual gamer, if you do any gaming at all, this is something that's going to grab your attention because it uses something called JBL Quantum Sound Signature technology. And with that technology, when you put the headphones on, you're immersed in an environment, you're getting accurate sound, you're getting clear sound, but you're also getting precise sound, which basically means like if I'm playing a game and an opponent is trying to sneak up on me, I can hear from which direction the opponent is trying to come at me from, and then I can, use that in order to judge what I'm going to do next. So it gives gamers a competitive edge, and when we play games, a competitive edge can mean the world to us.
Yes, it can. That's fascinating. Now, what about new entertainment technology?
Yeah, there's some huge new entertainment technology coming out too. We've got the JBL Boombox 2. This is a similar silhouette to the JBL Boombox, but this one, look at the sleek design first off. It's a speaker with the handle. It's easy for you to carry around, and there's 24 hours of playback in here. Also, when you happen to be streaming whatever music that you want to from your device through this, you don't have to worry about running out of battery power because there's a built-in power bank inside of this that will help you to recharge your mobile device. And regardless of what the weather conditions are, regardless of when you want to take this to the pool, take this to the lake, you don't have to worry about any water getting on it because it's waterproof. So that keeps the party going. And then I'm going to keep this party going too because I'm excited to share with you also these two new entries into the true wireless headphone category that JBL has. They're the JBL Live 300 TWS and the JBL Tune 220 TWS. Now with the JBL Live 300 TWS, these ones really get a chance to show up when you're having phone calls because they've got a dual microphone that helps to cancel out a lot of the background, a lot of the ambient noise in your calls. And with the JBL Tune 220 TWS, this one, wow, when you get into bass, this is going to really give a chance for you to hear that true bass that's within the music, that's within whatever it is that you're listening to. So there's something here for everybody, absolutely.
And as we know, it's all about that bass. So right quick, where can we go for more information?
Yes, you have great taste in music, by the way. And you can visit jbl.com for even more information. And if you want to hear specifically about these headphones, the gaming headphones, visit jblquantum.com.
All right, Albert, thanks so much for talking with us today. Have a great new year. Mona?
When you pick out a piece of jewelry, you want it to make a statement. And there's one local artist who is turning recycled materials into stunning pieces of art. And right now, I want to welcome Kelly Fisher, the founder of Lynn and Lucille. Thank you, Kelly, for being here.
Thank you for having me.
All right, you brought a whole bunch of really beautiful items. Talk to us about them.
Well, I have here recycled guitar strings, drum cymbals, some African porcupine quills, some random vertebrae bones.
Wow.
Some flute keys. And this is all made from mid-century flatware from Thailand.
So you have a sample of the flatware that you make that from. Yeah.
Yeah. So this, I just take this and cut it from that, shape it into a pendant.
That, this seems difficult. Now, this one is really interesting. Tell me what this is made from.
It's an African porcupine quill.
Now, the logical question is, where do you get your materials?
Everywhere. So many places. A lot of my bones I get from an Indian reservation out west. I also work with a taxidermist who I buy her extra stuff. So, and then I do auctions and online auctions and stuff like that. And local musicians donate a lot of their pieces to me too.
So it's a great story. If you can briefly tell us how you decided to get into this business.
Well, I've always kind of been a scavenger and collector, and I just decided I should probably utilize it. And just kind of turn it into something that is useful and giving new life to old materials.
Well, you've done a great job. Now, you have a slogan for your business. What is it?
Making almost nothings into pretty somethings.
And you're doing exactly that. You're wearing some great earrings as well. These are great.
Thank you.
What is the price range for some of your items?
It ranges. Most of I say average is about 25, but it goes from about 15 to some of these They're beetle wings from Thailand, so the price goes up a little bit with those. So I import those from Thailand. Thank you.
Beetle wings from Thailand. I'm so impressed.
Oh,
all right, so
you.
we've got to let everybody know where and how they can get all of your information and they can get this beautiful jewelry.
Okay. Well, I have 2 markets, local markets coming up. November 30th, I'm at the West Side Market on the West Side. Okay. City Flea on, I think it's December 14th this year at Washington Park. And then I'm also in a store locally at Findlay Market called Deer House. She carries my guitar strings and drum cymbals. And I'm also in a vending machine at the airport.
A vending machine at the airport. Love it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Kelly, thank you so much for sharing. I just want to mention these are all kind of musical ones. If you have someone in your family who loves music, these earrings would be a perfect gift.
Thank you.
Kelly, thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
And we'll be back with more Cincy Lifestyle on the other side of the break. Plus, Cincy Lifestyle has full episodes of the show up on YouTube. Find fun segments you've never seen before or watch your favorites again and again. Just search Cincy Lifestyle on youtube.com.
And that is Cincy Lifestyle for Monday, January 6th. Don't you like my spoon, Mona?
You did a great job, Clyde.
So proud of that.
Don't be so excited.
And enjoy a decadent dessert with no guilt. Ooh. And Clyde didn't see it, but you can't see this, but he wrote on the back. He burned his name on the back. That is all you, Tom.
How proud I am. Make it a great day.
Thanks for watching our video. And if you liked what you saw, hit the subscribe button. You can also check out full episodes of the show you've never seen before or watch your favorites again and again. And as always, we love to say it, make it a great day.